I want you to just picture a scene with me for a second. Imagine you're in Venice.
Okay, I'm there.
Right. And it's 1931. You step off the really busy Piazza San Marco, and you turn down this narrow, kind of hidden cobblestone street.
Calle Valereso, right?
Exactly, yes. And you push open this completely unassuming wooden door, and suddenly, it's like time just stops.
Oh, I know exactly what you're getting at here.
Yeah, you walk in, and there's no flashy gold, there's no loud music, but there's this incredible, almost telepathic understanding of exactly how you want to spend your evening.
The bartender knows your name before you even sit down.
Right. He knows your name. He knows exactly how cold you like your drink. The lighting is just perfectly dim to, hide the exhaustion of the day.
And the room is just filled with European royalty, writers, artists.
Exactly, the global elite. But they aren't there to show off. They're there for the absolute, uncompromised privacy.
Which is a very rare kind of luxury.
It is. Now take that incredibly fragile, rare feeling of being completely looked after and imagine somehow transferring that into a 71-story futuristic skyscraper in the absolute heart of downtown Dubai.
It sounds almost impossible when you put it like that. I mean, how do you take the soul of an intimate, historic Venetian bar and scale it up to a vertical glass tower?
That is exactly the paradox we are exploring today. Welcome to our deep dive. Today, we are stepping behind the velvet rope of what has to be one of the most anticipated and exclusive addresses in the world, Mr. C Residences downtown.
It really is a fascinating subject.
It is. And our mission today is to thoroughly analyze the official brochures, the fact sheets, and the developer strategy from Alti Real Estate Development to really understand this project.
And, for you listening, it's crucial to understand right from the start that this isn't just an exploration of a new high-rise. We aren't just looking at floor plans today.
Oh, definitely not.
We're looking at a completely closed lifestyle. It's this seamless blend of a private residence, a luxury boutique hotel, and an exclusive members club. All of it infused with this 90-year-old Italian hospitality legacy.
Which is why we had to start in 1931.
Yeah.
Because to really grasp why this building is so significant, you have to understand the Cipriani family, right?
Absolutely. The DNA of this entire Dubai project was born in that tiny bar in Venice, Harry's Bar.
Right, opened by Giuseppe Cipriani Sr.
Yeah.
And it became this legendary spot. I mean, you read the historical guest list, and it's just staggering. Ernest Hemingway, the Aga Khan, European monarchs.
People who could literally buy anything they wanted in the world.
Exactly. They could afford any ostentatious display of wealth. But they kept coming back to this small, understated bar. Why? What was magic there?
Well, what's fascinating here is that Giuseppe Cipriani understood something fundamental about true luxury. When people have everything, they don't want to be dazzled by excess.
They want comfort.
Yes, comfort, but also anticipation. They want an atmosphere where they can just be themselves. It's about invisible service.
Invisible service. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I mean, true luxury isn't having 10 waiters hovering over your table. It's having your water glass refilled without you ever noticing someone was there. It's having your needs met a fraction of a second before you even realize you have them.
And that level of service, that Italian art of hosting, that's what the fourth generation of the family is bringing into the 21st century. Brothers Maggio and Ignazio Cipriani created the Mr. C brand to do exactly this.
Right. And they're taking that familial history, that quiet confidence, and translating it into modern hospitality and residential living.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second, because in Dubai, the word brand gets thrown around a lot in real estate.
Oh, constantly.
People just license a famous name, slap it on a glass facade, and charge a premium. But that is not what is happening here.
Not at all. Mr. C isn't just a label. It's a deeply ingrained philosophy of life. It represents this understated European culture.
It's luxury that doesn't need to shout to be recognized.
Exactly. We're seeing a massive shift in what the ultra-wealthy actually value. It's moved away from, gold plating and massive empty spaces toward the perfection of intangible things.
The intangible things.
The immaculate service, the feeling of the space. It's a quiet, elegant status.
It reminds me of, think about buying a bespoke suit from a master tailor on Savile Row in London.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
Right. From the outside, the suit might look very classic, very understated. You aren't wearing a giant logo on your chest.
But the person wearing it knows.
Exactly. The value is in the fit. It's in the hand-stitched seams, the absolute perfection of the cut. And, That incredible silk lining on the inside that only you can feel.
Yes, the tactile luxury.
You aren't just buying clothing.
Yeah.
You're buying a century of refined technique that makes you feel a certain way. And with Mr. C Residences, the buyer is acquiring that silk lining. They're acquiring a legendary atmosphere.
And that brings up the most incredible architectural challenge. How do you take that bespoke, intimate Savile Row feeling or that quiet Venetian bar feeling and put it on a massive canvas?
Because the canvas here is massive. We're talking about a skyline-defining tower. Let's get into the physical location and the architecture, because this is where the ambition of the developer, ALTA Real Estate Development, really shines.
The location alone makes a massive statement.
It really does. It's right on Sheikh Zayed Road in downtown Dubai. I mean, for you listening, if you know Dubai, you know this is the absolute epicenter of the city.
You're right next to the Dubai Mall, the Burj Khalifa, the Dubai Opera.
And the DIFC, the financial center, is practically next door. It's the beating heart of the city's energy.
But there's a very specific, crucial detail in the plans that completely changes how a resident will interact with that location.
Are you talking about the bridge?
Yes, the bridge. The residence features a private, fully air-conditioned walkway that connects the building directly to the Dubai Mall.
Which is just, I mean, that is a game changer. Downtown Dubai is incredibly vibrant, but it's also busy. There's traffic, there's heat.
And if you're living this Mr. C lifestyle, you don't want to deal with friction. You don't want to wait for a valet in the middle of July just to go to a restaurant.
Right. With this walkway, you can leave your perfectly quiet, temperature-controlled sanctuary, walk through a private corridor, and step directly into the world's most luxurious shopping and dining destination.
Without ever stepping outside or dealing with the street-level chaos, it's a completely frictionless transition from utter privacy to global vibrancy.
It's a brilliant piece of urban design. But let's look at the building itself. The architecture was done by Arquitectonica, the award-winning firm out of Miami.
They've designed something really striking. It's a 71-story tower, but it's not just a block of glass.
No, the fact sheet describes it as a gently curving prism. It's apparently inspired by the natural shapes of desert winds.
Which is a beautiful contrast to the very sharp geometric skyscrapers around it. It culminates in this very distinct rooftop sanctuary.
Yeah.
It's designed to be a new totemic form on the skyline.
Okay, but I have to play devil's advocate for a second here. Or at least ask the obvious question.
Go ahead.
Downtown Dubai is already the absolute epicenter of luxury high-rises. And this is a 71-story building. When I hear 71 stories, I immediately think of crowded lobbies, long waits for the elevator, and just, hundreds and hundreds of neighbors.
And that would absolutely kill the private club atmosphere.
Exactly. How does this specific building stand out and maintain that Mr. C intimacy on such a crowded skyline with that much height?
Well, this is where the numbers become truly astonishing. Yes, it's 71 stories tall, but there are only 162 residences in the entire building.
Wait, really? Only 162?
Just 162 units. The density is incredibly low.
That is practically unheard of for a building of that height in downtown Dubai.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have easily packed 400 units into a tower that size.
Oh, easily. But Altea Real Estate chose exclusivity over maximum density. By limiting it to just 162 residences, they guarantee that the building functions like a private, closed club.
You won't be bumping into 100 strangers in the lobby.
Exactly. The staff will know every single resident. You maintain that acoustic and social privacy. That's the real luxury of space.
It's an incredible commitment to the vision. And that vision really comes to life when we step through the doors and look at the private sanctuaries themselves, the interiors.
The interiors are just, well, they're masterful. They were crafted by 1508 London.
And 1508 London is not just any design firm. They're known globally for this incredible ability to blend classical European heritage with ultra-modern luxury.
Yes. They don't do flashy, they do profound elegance.
Looking at the design specs, it's all about natural light, warm materials, and very soft, calming tones. It feels like an escape.
They've curated two specific collections of residences in the tower. The first is the Signature Collection.
Right. And even though it's the foundational collection of the building, the specs are mind-blowing. We're talking expansive layouts of 2 to 3 bedrooms.
And we won't read out a dry table of square footages, but you have to imagine the sheer volume of these spaces. The ceilings are 3 meters high.
3 meters. That completely changes the acoustics and the feeling of a room.
It does. And they feature these bespoke Italian kitchens, fully fitted with Miele appliances. But the genius of the signature collection is the concertina doors.
Oh, I was hoping you'd bring those up. These are the folding doors that separate the kitchen from the great rooms, right?
Exactly. If you want a private enclosed kitchen while staff prepares a meal, you close them. But if you're entertaining, you fold them back, and suddenly the kitchen, the dining area, and the living room with its panoramic views all blend into one massive open space.
Which goes right back to the Cipriani tradition. The art of hosting, of having friends over, cooking, talking, enjoying life. The architecture actually encourages that lifestyle.
It's functional elegance. But as impressive as the signature collection is, the building culminates in something even more rare on the upper floors.
The Noble Collection.
Yes. The absolute pinnacle of the project.
This is a highly, highly limited selection of four-bedroom, half-floor residences. This is where the status of the building truly hits its peak.
The materials they use in the Noble Collection are just spectacular. Expanses of Calicut marble, top-of-the-line Gaggenau appliances in the kitchens.
Gaggenau is basically the choice of Michelin-starred chefs.
Right, and you have custom chandeliers that are designed specifically for the spaces.
But here's where it gets really interesting for me, and this is the detail that proves this isn't just standard luxury. The Noble Collection features Loro Piana fabrics in the interior finishings.
Which is an extraordinary touch.
It's beyond extraordinary. Loro Piana is the absolute zenith of cashmere and fine textiles in the fashion world. Incorporating their fabrics into a real estate project, I mean, you are literally lining the walls of your home with the finest material on earth.
It goes back to your Savile Row suit analogy.
Yes, it's quiet luxury.
Ah.
You don't walk into the apartment and see a neon sign that says Loro Piana. You just run your hand across a drape or a wall panel and you feel it. It's luxury you feel rather than just see.
It turns these massive four-bedroom, half-floor layouts into true sanctuaries in the sky. You're floating above downtown Dubai, surrounded by Calicut marble and Loro Piana fabrics.
But you know, a beautiful room is still just a beautiful room.
Right, until it's brought to life.
Exactly. It's the people who run it that make it a home. And that brings us to what is undoubtedly the beating heart of Mr. C Residences, the service ecosystem.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the service here is what truly differentiates this project from any other luxury tower in the city.
Because it's not just property management.
No, it's the total delegation of daily friction.
I love that phrase. Total delegation of daily friction. Let's look at the included services first, because the list is just staggering.
Every resident has access to the director of residences, who basically orchestrates the staff. There's a dedicated Mr. C Residence app to manage everything from your phone.
And there's the Mr. C Private Global Office.
Yes, which is an exclusive global lifestyle service. It's essentially a top-tier concierge that operates internationally.
So if you need a reservation at a Cipriani restaurant in New York or London, they handle it.
Seamlessly. And of course, you have full butler service, 24-hour doorman, security, and valet.
One detail I loved in the brochure was the refrigerated delivery holding.
Oh, that's such a modern necessity, isn't it?
It really is. If you order high-end groceries or a meal, it doesn't just sit on a desk in the lobby. The staff receives it and stores it in specialized climate-controlled units until you want it.
But the included services are just the baseline. The a la carte services are where it feels like you're living in a five-star hotel.
Right, the on-demand stuff. We're talking housekeeping, obviously.
Yeah.
But also tailoring and shoe shine services.
Limousine and chauffeur services ready whenever you need them. Business and tech support.
Wait, they have in-house tech support?
Yes. If your home network needs tweaking or you need help setting up a secure video conference, the building provides the support. They even have on-call medical care available.
And my absolute favorite in-residence private dining by a Bellini chef.
Which is the ultimate flex, honestly.
It really is. I mean, I want you listening to just imagine this routine. Imagine coming home from a high-stakes meeting at the DIFC.
You're exhausted.
Right. You pull up to the building, you just hand the keys to the valet. You don't think about parking. You walk up to your apartment. The butler has already managed your dry cleaning and tailoring, so your clothes for tomorrow are perfectly pressed.
And you walk into your Italian kitchen, fold back those concertina doors.
Yes. And a Bellini chef is standing there preparing a private, world-class dinner for you and your family, using ingredients that the staff stored perfectly earlier that day.
How does that change a person's relationship with their home?
It changes everything. Your home is no longer a place you have to manage. It's a place that manages you. It cares for you.
We are really talking about the concept of buying back time.
Yes, exactly. In the high-stakes business environment of Dubai, time and absolute privacy are the ultimate commodities. You cannot buy more time.
Well, actually, here you can. That's exactly what this service fee covers, the invisible precision of a boutique hotel, making sure you never waste a minute on logistics.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it perfectly supports the lifestyle.
Mhm.
But when the resident does want to step out of their private sanctuary, they don't even have to leave the ecosystem.
No, because the building functions like a private members club.
The amenities here are just...
Well, let's dive into this closed lifestyle. It's divided into wellness, culture, and the social spaces.
The wellness and leisure facilities are incredibly comprehensive. Indoor and outdoor pools, obviously. A fitness center fully equipped by Techno Gym.
A dedicated yoga and Pilates room. And a holistic spa. But it's not just a steam room and a sauna. They have a salt room and a dedicated oxygen room.
Wait, an oxygen room?
Yes, for recovery and rejuvenation.
See, this is what I mean. This is not a random checklist of gym equipment to put on a sales flyer. This is a carefully curated lifestyle for people who are into high-performance living.
It's very targeted. They even have a private salon and a golf simulator.
But the cultural and social spaces are what really tell you who this building is for. On the 57th floor, there's a dedicated event space.
Incredible views from up there, I imagine.
Breathtaking. There's a private cinema, a residence library, a billiards and media room, and the Little C's Kids Club. So the children are getting the same level of curated experience.
But notice what else they included. A podcast room and an art studio.
Right. Having a podcast room in a residential tower is such a specific, modern choice. It reflects a very cultured, perhaps slightly younger, highly engaged demographic. These are creators, thought leaders.
But the crown jewel of all these social spaces, without a doubt, is the Bellini Bar by Mr. C.
Ah, yes. The Bellini Bar. We have to talk about this.
We really do, because this isn't just a lobby bar where you grab a drink while waiting for an Uber.
No, it is the spiritual descendant of Harry's Bar from 1931.
Exactly. It represents a whole culture of elegant socialization. It's about beautiful encounters and the Italian art of conversation.
And because it's inside this residential footprint, with only 162 units, it functions as a built-in social filter.
That's a great way to look at it. It guarantees a highly curated social circle. You go down to the Bellini Bar, and you know the people sitting next to you are your peers.
They bought into the exact same philosophy of life that you did. It's networking at the highest possible level, in your own living room, basically.
It's the ultimate amenity.
So with such an extraordinary offering, the location, the architectonica design, the 1508 London interiors, the Loro Piana fabrics, the service, the Bellini Bar, the final question is, how is this project positioned for the buyer?
And what does the actual acquisition process look like? Because Altier Real Estate Development has structured this in a very specific way.
Yes, looking at the financial fact sheet, the payment plan is actually quite striking.
It really is. It starts with just 5% at reservation.
Very standard.
Then 15% at the signing of the SPA, plus the usual 4% DLD fee.
Right, the Dubai land apartment fee. Still standard.
Then there's a 10% installment in September 2026.
Okay, so that's 30% total during the construction phase.
Exactly, which leaves a massive 70% final installment that is only due at 100% building completion, targeted for Q1 2027.
70% on handover. This raises an important question, actually. Why is that structure so significant in the Dubai market?
Because it signals immense financial confidence from Altier Real Estate. They aren't relying on the buyer's installments to fund the day-to-day construction of the tower.
Right. They have the capital to build it themselves.
Exactly. And for the buyer, this payment plan is incredibly attractive. You don't have to endure years of waiting, pouring cash into early-stage construction, and worrying about delays.
Your capital stays liquid or invested elsewhere right up until the moment your apartment is actually ready to live in. And it's important to note the current status of the project, too.
Yes, according to the latest site data, construction has already reached 70% completion.
70%, that is huge. So it's heavily de-risked. You aren't buying a concept in the sand. You are buying a tower that is already dominating the downtown skyline.
Which is a very rare position to be in for an off-plan luxury property in Dubai.
So, synthesizing all of this, what does this all mean? Who is the ideal buyer for Mr. C Residences downtown?
I'd say it's someone who desires the vibrant electric pulse of downtown Dubai, but they absolutely demand the privacy and bespoke service of a hidden boutique retreat.
They want the energy of the DIFC and the Dubai Mall, but they want a retreat to a quiet, Loro piano-lined sanctuary in the sky.
Exactly. And from an investment perspective, even if they're buying it to live in, The logic is incredibly strong.
Absolutely. The fundamentals are rock solid. You have a prime, irreplaceable location on Sheikh Zayed Road.
You have a severe limitation of supply with only 162 units.
You have the global cachet of the Mr. C brand and the Cipriani legacy.
And you combine all that with a payment structure that heavily de-risks the buyer's capital. It's a very compelling proposition.
It really is. As we wrap up our exploration today of Mr. C Residences downtown, it kind of leaves us reflecting on the future of luxury real estate itself.
It does. It sets a new benchmark.
We've gone on quite a journey today. From the legendary Venetian heritage of the Cipriani family in 1931 to Architectonica's soaring, wind-inspired architecture.
Through 1508, London's immaculate, serene interiors.
And into a service ecosystem that completely redefines the concept of what a home can do for you.
You know, it leaves me with one final thought to ponder.
Please, share it.
As global cities, especially places like Dubai, become denser and faster, the true marker of elite real estate is no longer just the address.
Or the height of the tower.
Right. It's the ability to curate an entirely self-sustaining, culturally rich, and completely frictionless micro-world.
A micro-world. I love that.
Because Mr. C Residences downtown isn't just selling you a view of the Burj Khalifa. Anyone can buy a view.
Sure.
They are selling you the perfect, uninterrupted state of mind from which to look at it.
The perfect, uninterrupted state of mind. That is beautifully said, and I think that perfectly encapsulates everything we've uncovered today. Thank you so much for listening and joining us on this deep dive into the extraordinary world of Mr. C Residences downtown. We hope you found this exploration as fascinating as we did. Until next time, take care.